One day on the Loud family household, Lincoln was on his laptop at night with all the lights turned off. He thought this would be just like any other night, but unfortunately, he thought wrong. He found out about the deep web and checked it out, and it was his first time doing so. But he didn't see anything weird. So far, all he just saw was mystery boxes and weirdos and fake blood and gore videos. Then Lincoln decided to go a little deeper. Even though one of the students at his school who told him about it said not to click on anything sick or crazy, but he thought it couldn't hurt. Besides, what's the worst that could happen? So Lincoln came across these weird links like fingernails for sale, and other weird stuff like Robin Williams' breath in a jar for sale. At that point, Lincoln thought, this isn't deep or dark. All of this is just a bunch of weird stuff. So Lincoln searched deeper and started seeing things like, is anyone in need of a 1-year-old baby? And who needs a child mannequin? Lincoln kind of laughed when he saw that one. Then he searched more. Then Lincoln started to see the sick and twisted stuff. Fresh human organs for sale. Real-life snuff film for sale. Then Lincoln came across the link that said, don't click, or else. So Lincoln sat there and stared at the don't click, or else. Guess what he did? Yep, he clicked the link. When he clicked it, his laptop started glitching, then went to black for a few seconds, and then back to the screen where he clicked the link. Lincoln was confused, so he clicked it again, and it did the same thing. Again, he was confused, so he clicked on the link one more time, and it went to a screen that was completely black. Suddenly, out of nowhere, a chat bubble popped out that said, I told you not to click it. Lincoln thought to himself that this is one of Luann's pranks, or someone trying to scare him. So he exited out of it, and just sat there looking at his computer screen, waiting for something to happen, for about 8 minutes, and just nothing. So Lincoln got up, left his laptop on his desk, so he could go downstairs to make himself a peanut butter and sauerkraut sandwich. While he was in the kitchen, he heard his youngest sister Lily walking around her and Lisa's room, which was right upstairs. Usually Lily would be asleep by now, but he thought nothing of it. Lincoln went back upstairs to get back onto his bed and back onto his laptop. By the time he touched the mouse pad to get the screen back on, Lincoln could tell something looked different. And then a text bubble popped up that said, Don't you dare ignore me. Lincoln thought to himself, this is another one of Luann's pranks, or someone trying to scare him. So he clicked exit and it was gone. Then a chat bubble popped up that said, you were hungry. At this point, Lincoln was getting scared because he was babysitting Lily while the rest of his siblings and their parents were out somewhere. Lincoln responded with the question, wait, you can see me? Then the other person responded, you don't have to type, just talk. I can hear you. Lincoln was shocked and said, what the? As soon as he said that, the guy responded in the chat and said, what do you mean by what the? Lincoln got out of bed and was ready to get out of his room to get Lily. And then a photo came into the chat, and it was a picture of Lily sleeping in her crib. Lincoln took off into Lily and Lisa's room, where she was sleeping in a crib, with the window wide open. Lily woke up Lily and yelled for her to come with him so they can get outside, and Lincoln carried Lily out of her room into the hallway. Lori and Lenny's door opened slowly. They stopped, and Lincoln put Lily down because they were confused. Lori and Lenny were supposed to be gone along with the other siblings. Lincoln yelled out for Lori and Lenny and the rest of his siblings, and then his mom and dad. Then he received a text message from a weird unknown number that said, "No, but if you want me to be a part of your family, I will." When Lincoln looked back up from his phone, Lori and Lenny's door was fully open, and a very tall old man dressed in all black was right there smiling at them. At that point, Lincoln froze in fear, and he was left with two choices: either pick up Lily and run out of there, or just sit there like a dummy and see what this guy's intentions were. As Lincoln and Lily were standing there, the man said, "I told you not to click the link." As soon as he said that, Lincoln picked up Lily and held her over his shoulder, and the man started running towards them. Lincoln ran outside with Lily over his shoulder. He went to Mr. Grouse's house, and he called the police while Lincoln called his parents and all of his siblings on his phone. When the police arrived, they searched the house, and the man was nowhere to be found. Lincoln turned in his laptop and his phone to the cops. Lincoln's parents and his sisters arrived, and they were all visibly upset. As Lincoln was giving his statement to the cops, Rita got a text on her phone saying, "Your baby looks tasty." And Lynn Sr. got a text that said, "I told her not to click the link." To this day, in Royal Woods, the man has not been found, and Lincoln will never, ever, ever go on the deep web again.